You're welcome to this particular video. In this video, we'll be designing this particular product card and we'll be animating it as well. So we'll be learning about components in Figma. We'll be learning about auto layouts, constraint as well. So sit back and relax as we design an amazing product card for an e-commerce website where once they hover it like this, you see this little zoom animation basically take place. So the first thing that we are going to do is to go to our Figma file. So right here, I've launched a new Figma file, right? So the next thing, I'm going to click on frame tool here. I will draw a simple frame like this. So I will give the width of the frame 280. So I want it to be like square. So 280 by 280. So this will be our image. So let me just name it IMG frame. Then I'm going to click on the rectangle. So our frame is going to live inside, our image is going to live inside the major image frame. So I'll draw this rectangle like this, just exactly it. So if you take a look at it right here, if you take a look at this particular rectangle right here, is inside the image frame, right? So under constraint now, so this is what we are going to do. So if you click on the frame itself, you will notice that if you zoom in left, or if you drag it by the left hand side, it's not actually the image is not resizing, right? So we want to make that responsive by adding constraint to this particular rectangle. So under the constraint part here, we'll come over here, we'll add left and right constraint. The top part to add top and bottom constraint too as well. So by the time you click back on the frame, you see that once you stretch it here, it's actually resizing along with that particular image. So we'll see that we've used constraint to actually make this particular image responsive. So the next thing that we want to do now is for our text. So I will click on the text tool here. So I will type something like Nike Air, let's say Max 270. So I'm just typing that. I don't really know the shoe, but yeah. So just give it like 220 points there. Let's duplicate this. Let's give it like a higher value now of dollars. Let's assume that this is $200. And that is the main price, but there's an ongoing discount that is making this particular shoe to sell for let's say $160. So let this size here be smaller, like 16. Let me make that 16. Okay, 16. Then this as well be like, let's say 14. Then let us give this one a lighter gray here. So once you click here, you should be able to strike through this. So click here to strike through it, right? To show that that is the discounted price. So I'll select both of them together like this, then we'll add auto layout. So now with this auto layout now, I want this to don't have any space between them. So it's going to be 0 and it's going to be at the middle here, right? Something like this. So we could choose to just name this particular frame price, right? So this is our price. Okay, this seems too close. Let's add a space of 4 instead. All right, that's cool. Price here, then we'll select it together with the title here. Add another auto layout to it as well. Ensure that the spaces between this and the auto layout is like 8. So this is just perfect. So we could just call this one details, right? So that's the details of this whole thing. Then this now, we'll select it together with the image frame. You could see together with the image frame, we'll add auto layouts as well. And they become 1. So we could just call this our product, right? So let's say product for short. So that's it. Then the auto layouts between the image and the contents, the spacing. So let's give it like 12. So this spacing here is basically 12, right? So, and that is it, guys. We've basically designed this particular product. So we want to make this a component so that at the end of the day, we should be able to achieve something like this here. If you just put your mouse on top of the image zooms out a little bit. So that is what we want to achieve. So for us to achieve that, we have to make this a component. So we're going to make this a component, right? Add another variant like this. So that's our component. So in this second variant here, so you click on it, you want to ensure that you're selecting the rectangle itself. Then you want to stretch it out. So you're going to increase it like this, right? So this is what I did. So I'm holding Shift and alternate key on my laptop, and I'm dragging it from the edge so that it's going to like increase its size evenly, right? So I have something like this. Perfect. So I've actually increased that particular size right now. So this particular one, we could just call this, we just say state. This should be like our hover stage, right? So now we will switch to prototype to prototype this now. So we'll switch here, prototype. Then we'll now link it from here to this particular one here. We ensure that this is while hovering. And here is actually set to smart animate. And basically that's it. So they just draw a simple frame here that we are going to test this with. Switch back to design, then bring an instance of this. So I'm going to hold down alternate on my keyboard and basically just like drag it into this place, right? So this is like the instance of this particular component right now. So now let's add an image to this. So I will select this instance and I will look for the rectangle itself. I'll select it here. Then I'll come over here and I'll select place image. So this will open where I have image in my system. So I'll navigate to where I have like several product images in my system. And I'm going to select this particular Air Max, Nike Air Max here. Click open and I'll just place it inside this particular rectangle. And that is it, guys. So let's play this and see if we got it correctly. So let's try and preview it now. All right, so this is it here. And once you hover it, you could see now that this particular image can actually zoom in, right? So this is a simple product image with the zoom in effects or zoom out effects whenever you place your mouse on top of it, right? So you can undo that and add it to your general design. And that is the same thing we did here. So similar thing, you could see this particular cat coming outside like that, zoom out like that. This one also zoom out like this too as well. And that is how we can actually use it to design all of these, even these two as well. So thank you guys for watching this particular video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe on the YouTube channel so that when we upload the subsequent videos, you don't get to miss out. At the same time too as well, you can go to our website, nerdyi.co, to subscribe for our 6-month bootcamp that comes with training and mentorship, right? I'll be waiting to see you guys inside the community. Read the description for that particular information. Peace out.